The auto industry has been through a very, very difficult 2020, to say the least. But is there a light at the end of the tunnel? That's what every industry is wondering at this point. Joining us right now, Fox 5 auto expert Nik Miles with another edition of Throttle Thursday. Nick, great to see you.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Okay, talk to me. Local, national sales. What are the trends right now? Because you would assume nobody's buying a car, but are they?
Yeah, they are actually. San Diego should be very cheery about car sales. 6.4% up year over year.
Wow.
So we take 2019 September, we take 2020 September, we're actually above what we did last year as far as new cars are concerned. When we talk about luxury cars, it's up about 2%, and used cars is up about 5%. So JD Power and Associates report those numbers every month, and they're showing San Diego has a healthy car industry right now.
To what do you attribute that? Because, I mean, is it because the amazing deals? Is it good loans? People supposedly aren't driving anywhere, but then you go on the street and there's like cars everywhere. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, there's two real factors, and those real factors are, first of all, inventory's been down for a long time, Raul. If you headed to a local San Diego or area car dealer and you couldn't find the vehicle that you wanted, you've held off to buy that vehicle. So as factories get back to work, as people start producing more cars, they started to arrive in dealerships. Plus, we've had 6 months of basically a pandemic where we've been quarantined in our own homes, social distancing. That's now sort of, we're coming out, we're blooming again as a community, and so people heading back to dealerships now. They may have suspended their car buying for 6 months, and not anymore. They're getting out and spending the money they were planning to spend 6 months ago.
Here's the interesting thing. You know, the word everybody has gotten to know, pivot, and this has happened with home sales as well. In-person car shopping has totally changed, and those other companies like Carvana, where you just buy it online, how has in-person car shopping changed?
It's changed immensely. In fact, there's a new Harris poll that just came out that said 61% of people say that they don't expect car shopping to go back to the way it was. The car shopping is going digital. It's gone digital. You can do your research, etc. online. I've partnered with companies like Capital One's Auto Navigator because you can now go online, you can do your pre-qualification for financing, you can find the vehicle that you want, and it's all done. You can have it in columns, so you can compare it, you can get a soft pull on your credit, you can get rates, you can work out payments. I mean, it's pretty much from the health of your own living room. You can sit there in your own living room and basically car shop. The only time that people are heading to the dealership is to actually get the car and to test drive the car. So it's really all being done from the comfort of your own living room. And I will tell you, I'm not a big fan of buying cars without driving them.
That's what I was going to say.
Drive it. Yeah, it's not a good idea. No. Honestly, the one big thing I say with test driving too, if you buy, if you get pre-qualified from Auto Navigator and you do all that stuff, when you get the car, drive it on your route you normally drive it to work or to school or whatever you normally do with your car, just take it through that route with the dealer so you at least know how the car is going to handle. But don't buy a car without driving it.
The consumer trends, where do you see them going in the next 6 months, in the next year or so?
It's definitely digital, and we're pushing digital. A lot of people now are doing all of that stuff through the apps online or through websites online. But at the same time, that information becomes, the power is in your pocket to be able to do that research and then to get all that information before you actually get into buying the car itself. Price matching, all those things. Raul, you and I talk offline all the time. This is how you and I buy cars. We've done that for a long time, but the rest of the community is now starting to see that as a major benefit of going to places like Auto Navigator and shopping for a car before you actually head to a dealership.
Look, we mentioned earlier the loans and the deals and the interest rates and whatnot. People who may not have the budget to get their dream car, what can they do? Is there different options for them right now, or what?
Yeah, well, this is a tough one because our dream cars tend to be the same prices as houses. So let's be a little more realistic, right? The realism is of buying a car, there's a lot of things you can do to actually find a car that's reasonably priced within your budget that you want. First of all, there's incentives on the hood. Check out buying used versus new, leasing, check out all of those things. Plus, here's a great tip for you. If you're trading in a vehicle, and most people don't do this, but you should do it. If you're trading in a vehicle, clean it, buff it, wax it, vacuum it. You can get between 5 and 10% more from a dealer for your car if it's clean than it is dirty. So all these are great tips. You can find out a lot more by going to some of those websites that I've mentioned and finding out information about how to buy a new car. Really do your research and find out what's right for you. And by the way, make sure you get your financing before you head to a dealership, because that allows you to understand what you can afford and what you can't afford.
That's smart. That's a really good piece of advice. And I'll tell you, I'm with you with the whole test drive thing. I don't know how people can buy a car online and never test drive it. My wife bought a sofa for the living room, sight unseen, from a website, and I said, what? I need to sit on this couch before I can buy it, but no. And now it's low, it's uncomfortable, whatever.
I say two things, Raul, and it's really straightforward. Dreaming is free. Test driving is free. Do it as much as you can.
Boom. Nik Miles, everybody. My man. Love the glasses.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll see you next time. Still to come.